The bat creature's in hiding. When it emerges, I'll be ready. Someone killed, mutilated, and posed a body on Merchant Bridge. If I'm going to stop them, then I need to investigate the crime scene for clues. Alfred, I found the mutilated body Cash was talking about. I'm going to try and establish a cause of death. Blood tests reveal the cause of death was an overdose of painkillers leading to cardiac arrest. Also, the victim's fingerprints have been burned off with acid.
A rather unsavory demise.
That's not all. It's as though the subject's DNA has been corrupted somehow. There's insufficient information for me to cross-reference the database. I'll have to use the deep tissue scanner to analyze the body for distinguishing features and determine the victim's identity.
Right you are, sir.
Deformity on the left ear. Looks like a result of minor ear agenesis, a birth defect. A wedding ring in the lower intestine. The inscription reads, Ophelia. The victim had a hip replacement. Scar tissue hasn't fully healed, so it must have been recent. Alfred, the victim's name is Anthony Lund. Hospital records show he suffered with alcoholism, most probably brought on by the breakdown of his marriage. The name on the ring, Ophelia, his ex-wife. He was last seen in Albuquerque, New Mexico. What's unusual is that they didn't go missing in Gotham. They were brought here and killed. Why? We need to track down whoever did this.
Might I suggest keeping an ear out for any more of that ghastly opera music? It sounds ominously like a calling card.
Okay, welcome back on part 7 of this series, and while going about it, we would be now concluding after skipping some side missions. Now we would be going back on the Riddler's mission, and then I would be going back onto main mission. So please hang out, watch if you can, want to watch all those side missions which I did, and now, or else you can just directly skip to the other part of the video. Thank you. Enjoy the series.
A challenge in the Cauldron train yard. Fine, Nigma. I'll play your games, and I'll win. Selena's life depends on it.
Is by far the most intellectually engaging. So get thee to the train yard.
तो कैसे लिखा है ऊपर mental block. This game totally reminds me, like it denotes total psychosis. पता नहीं क्यों, but this is like everything in this. Everything is Batman itself is a part of a psychosis. I mean, there is a theory about it.
Detective, you arrived. I thought Catwoman's little predicament might encourage your participation. I realized, you see, that the kind of image-obsessed narcissist who places bat symbols on his hubcaps would never willingly submit himself to the kind of humiliation I have in store. Yet, here you are, Detective. The humiliation is waiting below. Well then, Detective, it begins. You are staring, with stupefied incomprehension, at a mechanism I have calibrated to respond to an extremely precise radar pulse. In a moment, I will give you the decrypted code, Dark Knight. Oh, but first, I think we should run through the ground rules for tonight's festivities. Rule the first. You will address me at all times as Riddler, the Riddler, or Mr. Nigma, sir. Otherwise, Detective, I expect your patented brand of churlish silence. Rule the second. All gauntlets... What? How did you solve tonight's very first riddle? Well done. Welcome to my racetrack, Detective. You must complete 3 circuits of this gauntlet, finishing each before the time limit expires. Come now, Detective. Let's put that grotesque ego-mobile to the test.
You can actually control those platforms. Those platforms are playable. तो ये देखो जैसे कि ये है, ये जो प्लेटफॉर्म है वो totally playable, and ये वाला भी, and look at the beauty. Man, that's how I went, you know, and I was running short of time and still.
Now then, Detective, hop on the pressure pad beside me.
तो मैंने ये रेस जीत लिया था, wow. So finally, phew.
Listen carefully, Dark Knight.
Seriously,
your friend's
बहुत ज़्यादा
life
difficult
depends
है
on
ये
it.
रेस.
Back in the orphanage, a series of glass cabinets have appeared in front of Catwoman. Isn't that right, my dear?
I see them, Eddie.
Good. One of those cabinets, my dear, has your first key inside. The others, they contain less useful keys. Keys that will unlock the admittedly slight contents of your skull all over the orphanage walls. Your job, Detective, is simple. Figure out which cabinet Catwoman must open. And don't get it wrong.
Okay, Batman. Let's see if you're as smart as they say. One down.
Well done to the pair of you. That's the first key collected. Don't expect to be sinking your claws into too many more. Too many more. Did you really believe that a challenge designed by me, the Riddler, would be quite so easy? Oh, Dark Knight, you sweet, naive sentinel, of course it wouldn't. But now I have several hundred terabytes of performance data relating to the latest model of rocket-powered hearse you're driving. With that in mind, I have prepared for you something a little less knuckle-whitening and rather more brow-furrowing in Chinatown. Hurry on over, detective, or it won't be curiosity that kills the cat.
That was the Riddler. You know, he always comes up with some or the other puzzle and traps the Batman, and we as Batman, we keep coming back. You know, that is what the Bat Spirit is. That's how the Batman is. Batman is nothing but the strength. All his supervillains try to weaken him mentally, spiritually, they try to break him down, but he just keeps coming back. That's how one person should be in his real life. You should be
If Azrael's
strong
ready, he'll have left
and
the burning
positive
bat symbol
about
on a
it.
rooftop for me to find.
Even though there's heavy negative around, you should be positive as a person. Anyway, too much of philosophy. We'll get back onto the game and we'll start.
We should make this a regular thing.
We'll start and continue with our main mission now. Enough of the side missions. Now we'll concentrate on the storyline and let's check where Barbara Gordon, aka Oracle, has been kidnapped and what was her last location by Arkham Knight. Thank you.
I'm staying out of the way. Those things, I don't trust them. What's your problem? They're drones. They're unmanned. They're programmed to kill one thing and one thing only.
Control, we have a riot in progress near Wayne Tower. Over.
So now we are heading to Wayne Tower and let's check if Lucius Fox has to provide us with some upgrades, some latest improvements to Batmobile or our own armor, our bad gadgets basically.
Nice of you to drop in, Mr. Wayne. I suppose you weren't really dressed for the front entrance.
Have you finished the decryption?
Fully decoded. I've downloaded all recent militia radio transmissions and their corresponding coordinates to your machine.
Thanks, Lucius. I can scan the network for the Arkham Knight's voice print and determine the location of his last broadcast.
Bruce? It's Vicky. Are you there? I know you're listening to these messages. Look, if it's about that article, blame Ryder. I had nothing to do with it, I swear. Call me, okay? I miss you, Brucey.
Brucey?
Identity confirmed. Good evening, Mr. Wayne. Upload waveform for analysis.
Now I've waited long enough. Batman dies. Tonight.
Scanning communications for voice print match. Location verified.
Got it. The Knight's transmitting from the Miyagani tunnel network.
Glad to be of assistance, Mr. Wayne. But while you're here, we've been working on some further upgrades for your car. Let me know where you'd like us to focus our efforts.
Upgrades for cars, and also
An upgrade to your weapons
we checked
generator
that
will let you overcharge the Batmobile's
Arkham
secondary
Knight's
weapons. You'll be
location
a
leads
force
us
be reckoned
to
with.
underground Miyagani tunnel network,
Ah, you
where
like this.
you know he might be located somewhere, or he's using basically his
An upgrade to your weapons.
he's using
Excellent
the
choice.
basic
Well prepared, by the
underground
way.
network
Now,
by
if there's
switching
anything
his
else you need,
signals.
I'll be here all
So
night.
let's check
It's
that
not like
as
I could
well.
leave this city even if I wanted
And
to.
right now we just confused what to upgrade. So I went with the weapon
Take care, Mr. Wayne.
MK grade.
Alfred, I've traced the Arkham Knight to the Miyagani tunnel system.
Excellent news, sir. But I'm detecting a significant drone presence in the area. It would be folly to engage them without the Batmobile.
Noted.
Shall I open the south entrance?
Hold off until I get there, Alfred. I don't want to spoil the surprise.
You've got contact. Heavy contact. Outside the tunnel. Suggest immediate exfil, sir. No! I'm not going anywhere. Batman took out a drone. Make him pay. This ain't over.
Alfred, I'm at the tunnel entrance. Open the doors.
Just a moment, sir. I'm accessing the building's security mainframe.
Alfred, there's another blast door. I need you to open it.
Oh dear. It seems they've locked me out of the system. They must know you're here.
Don't worry, Alfred. I'll find another way in.
So here we are left on our own device to find a way inside the tunnel, which even Alfred cannot hack into. So we are on our own now, and
I need
we
to
will
find a way to
find
get
some
that
way
tunnel
or the
entrance
other.
open.
Okay, got an idea here. Let's check. Let me check. Woo. All right. That's how we use the ultimate and perfect use of the power winch.
Have you made any progress on the cure?
Getting there. Hey, I haven't heard from Barbara for a while. Is she okay?
She's fine. She's working on something for me. It's important.
But she's safe, right?
Don't worry, Tim. Just keep working on that cure.
How very me of you! Though I can see why you didn't tell him after old Jimbo's hysterical overreaction. Still, if you cared about Barbara the way that little sidekick of yours does, maybe she wouldn't have got kidnapped in the first place.
They're star-crossed, Patsy. Like me and you. Shame they're being torn apart thanks to your crusade. So let's recap. Barbara's kidnapped, and let's face it, probably dead. You're lying to Loverboy Wonder about it, and dear old Jim's marched off on his lonesome to save the day. Not your best day at the office, Bats. Something on your mind? Come on! Let Robin out of his cage! You can't force him to slave over your cure! Plus, if he gets himself killed out there, you won't have to tell him about Barbara. It's win-win! You think he's really gonna fix your nasty case of Jokeritis? Not a chance! I'm chronic, Boozy. I'm lingering. We both know there's no cure for me. Can you remember when it was simple? Back in the old days when it was just you, me, a regular war against crime? Well, take a look.
Open this door. I wasted around 2 batarangs, remote controlled batarangs. Alright.
I need to find a way to bring the Batmobile through before I engage them.
Also, something we tried for the first time in this game, like line launcher.
I can't draw the malicious attention while the tanks are
thing,
there.
you know.
He's just one man. You saw the briefing, right? No, must have missed it. Well, I did. He's good. He's very good. But an army? Really, to take out one guy? This is gonna be easy. That's the plan. I'd rather have too many guns than not enough.
Hey, Bats. You see these guys? Think they own Gotham. What are we going to do?
coated armor plate. Nice. Unless you know exactly where...
Holy shit.
You're good, Dark Knight. Even better than I remember. It's gonna make it even more satisfying when I kill you. Oh, and don't worry about Barbara. I'll take better care of her than you ever. Batman's in the control room. Show him what happens when he messes with my city.
You're not getting through me! Just me and you!
Thanks for viewing, and like, share, comment, subscribe to my channel. All the gamer girls, boys, everyone. अगर आपने नहीं सब्सक्राइब किया है तो प्लीज़ सब्सक्राइब कीजिए zen gaming squad. हालांकि ये just एक गेम, फर्स्ट गेम है मेरा, and soon we would be posting many games. बहुत सारे giveaways होंगे, so enjoy. Game on.